हाय गाइस, वार्म वेलकम यू ऑल फ्रेंड्स। आज के अपने इस वीडियो में हम इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक आज डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। वो कुछ हम इम्पोर्टेंट की फैक्ट डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट विलियम शेक्सपियर। यस फ्रेंड्स, विलियम शेक्सपियर इज नोन एज द ग्रेटेस्ट ड्रामेटिस्ट ऑफ द इंग्लिश लिटरेचर। यस, एंड जो की फैक्ट्स हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं वो कुछ उनके लाइफ से रिलेटेड है एंड ऑल्सो ऑफ हिज लिटरेरी करियर। सो विदाउट एनी डिले हम स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का अपना टॉपिक, some important key facts about William Shakespeare. Let's begin this. Now, let's begin the key facts about William Shakespeare. The very first we have Shakespeare lived 252. It is known that he was born in April 1564 and that he died on 23rd April 1616. Yes, friends, this is the time duration of William Shakespeare, and he was born in 1564 April and died on 23rd April 1616. Some critic believe that he was born on the date of the 23rd April and he died the same date 23rd April, and वो अपनी लाइफ का 52 years उन्होंने जिया है and he contributed English literature a lot as a dramatist, as a poet, as a sonneteer. He had given a lot to English literature. Next we have Shakespeare had seven siblings. They were John, Margaret, Gilbert, John II, and Richard and Edmund, and also William Shakespeare himself. He had seven siblings. उसमें उनके सात भाई बहन थे जिनमें जॉन, मार्गरेट, गिलबर्ट, जॉन सेकेंड एंड रिचर्ड एंड एडमंड, और वो खुद थे शामिल. Next we have Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway when he was 18. She was 26 and she was pregnant when they married. Their first child was born 6 months after the wedding of William Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway. Yes, friends, William Shakespeare's wife name was Anne Hathaway, and she was 8 years old to him when he was 18. She was of 26 and she was pregnant at that time, and the first child she has given birth after the 6 month of their marriage. This is some important facts related to his life. And also we have next Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway had three children together: a son Hamnet, who died in 1596, and two daughters Susanna and Judith. These were the name of the children of the William Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway. His only son was Hamlet, who died in 1596, and they had two more daughters, Susanna and Judith. Next important fact we have Shakespeare was buried in the Holy Trinity Church, Stratford upon Avon, and he put a curse on anyone daring to move his body from that final resting place. Yes, friends, this was he was buried in Holy Trinity Church, Stratford upon Avon, जहाँ पे उनका जन्म हुआ था स्ट्रैटफोर्ड अपॉन एवन में. वहाँ के होली ट्रिनिटी चर्च में उनको बरीड किया गया था, एंड इट वाज अ कर्स ऑन एवरीवन दैट no one could move his dead body from that final place, from that resting place where he was buried in Holy Trinity Church. Next, we have Shakespeare wrote total number of 37 plays and 154 sonnets. Yes, friends, this is important fact related to his literary career. He had written total number of 37 plays, and they all are best. They are all are up to the mark of the drama. He had given four important and major tragedies to English literature, and also he had written composed poems. 150 sonnets he had composed, and all sonnets are very much important and very much meaningful, very much related to the reality. This was the literary career. He had written so much number of plays and so much number of poetry to English literature. He contributed with his pen, and that in the genre of drama and also of poetry. Now let's discuss some more important facts related to his literary career. And next fact about William Shakespeare we have Shakespeare was also an actor who performed many of his own plays as well as those of other playwrights. Yes, friends, Shakespeare was not only dramatist, poet, sonneteer, he was also an actor who performed the role written on his in his plays. He also taken part when his plays were performed. He had taken part as a character of that play when the plays were performing. जब वो plays उनके perform हुआ करते थे तो as an actor वो उसमें perform करते थे, काम करते थे अपने plays में जो उन्होंने खुद लिखे हुए हैं. And also कुछ other playwrights के जिन्होंने कुछ other जो dramatists थे उनके भी plays में as an actor उन्होंने काम किया हुआ है. So he was a style man. He was very talented person who was not only poet, dramatist, sonneteer, but also an actor. Next we have, towards the end of his career, Shakespeare worked with other writers on plays that have been credited to those writers. Yes, friends, some critics believe that he had taken part. He has a collaboration work with Fletcher and also with Christopher Marlowe, and whenever whatever he had collaborated work written with some other writers, some other dramatists, that work where was credited with that writers. जो भी उन्होंने काम किया है, जो भी उन्होंने वर्क लिखे हुए हैं कुछ अदर राइटर्स के साथ में कोलैबोरेशन में, उन प्लेस को जो क्रेडिट दिया गया है वो उन राइटर्स को दिया गया था जिनके साथ उन्होंने कोलैबोरेशन किया था, लिखा था, लाइक फ्लेचर एंड लाइक कुछ क्रिटिक बिलीव करते हैं कि उन्होंने क्रिस्टोफर मार्लो के साथ भी प्लेज लिखे हुए हैं, उनके लिए कोलेबरेशन में वर्क लिखा हुआ है. बट नाउ आज के टाइम पे इंग्लिश लिटरेचर में दैट वर्क वर नोन एज the work of that particular writer, that particular dramatist, not of William Shakespeare. Next we have, Shakespeare is the second most quoted writer in English language after the various writers of the Bible. Yes, friends, this is very important fact about William Shakespeare's literary career, that his quotations are mostly quoted, second most quoted writer of English language after the writers of the who translated Bibles. जिन्होंने बाइबल को ट्रांसलेट किया गया उसके quotations mostly quote होते हैं, that comes on first place. बट जो शेक्सपियर ने विलियम शेक्सपियर ने quotations लिखे हैं अपने sonnets में, अपने plays में, they are also on the second place, and they are second most quoted, he is second most quoted writer of English language, of English literature. Next we have English, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre burned down on 29th June 1613 after a cannon shot set fire to it during performance of Henry एट्थ. हेनरी एट्थ जब उनका प्ले परफॉर्म्ड हो रहा था, एंड एट दैट टाइम व्हेन देयर वाज अ सीन ऑफ द कैनन शॉट सेट फायर, वहाँ पे आग लगानी थी, उसमें निकल रही थी कैनन से. एट दैट टाइम ऑन द 29 जून 1613 ग्लोब थिएटर उसी के effect में वो इंसिडेंट की वजह से वो बर्न डाउन हो गया था. व्हेन हेनरी एट्थ प्लेस ऑफ शेक्सपियर वाज being performed on in Globe Theatre on 29th June 1613. Next we have, Shakespeare is always referred to as an Elizabethan playwright, but as most of his the most popular plays were written after Elizabeth's death, he was actually more of a Jacobean writer. Yes, friends, we all know that William Shakespeare belongs to the age of Elizabethan age, but his most plays that were written, they all are written after the death of the क्वीन एलिजाबेथ के डेथ के बाद उन्होंने जो मैक्सिमम प्लेज लिखे हुए हैं, एंड दे come under the age or under the category or the period that is known as the Jacobean age. Jacobean. So he is not only Elizabethan writer but or Elizabethan playwright. He was also of the Jacobean playwright. Next we have, almost 400 years after William Shakespeare's death, there was 157 million pages referring to him on Google. There are 132 million of God. Yes, friends, this is very important fact about William Shakespeare कि विलियम शेक्सपियर को गूगल पे जो पेजेस आप पाओगे, जो गूगल गूगल को उनको सर्च करोगे तो यू विल गेट मोर देन 157 million pages on Google if you type William Shakespeare or Shakespeare on Google. It was more than that of the 132 millions of or God. They have on Google 132 millions pages about God, about referring God and all these things, but more 157 millions pages about William Shakespeare on Google. after the 400 years of the death of William Shakespeare. This is a very landmark. This is a very important thing, important fact about William Shakespeare, that he was not only famous during his time or in English literature, but still his quotations, his plays and are being performed mostly in theaters and they had more movies on that. So overall you can say that William Shakespeare is a mortal person, mortal playwright still in English literature, with his creations, with his plays, with his sonnets, what he had contributed to English literature. So friends, this was we had in today's video. This is the first part of the important key facts related to William Shakespeare. In coming videos you will get the another part of this important topic, more key facts about William Shakespeare we will discuss in another video. Till then, keep connecting England Zone, and thank you very much for watching this.